All right, James. Looked at the swing a little bit. Got a couple of thoughts. Initially, from a setup perspective, you want your hands to be directly below your shoulders. So you see how far out this way they are? I think just bending your knees a little bit more and maybe a little bit more bend at the waist will get you there. Two, we already talked about your feet being too close together. I think your back foot should be back like a full foot space behind where it is. Looking at the takeaway, if we advance this a little bit to here, you see how your face is kind of like at this angle. Ideally, you'd want it to be kind of like this. You want it to be perpendicular to the path that the club is moving. So if you follow the club head, it's kind of moving like this. Take these off, kind of like this. Let's see. Club head's right on this line. You want the face to be perpendicular to that. So you see how yours is like here. Really, you want it to be like this, if that makes sense. So how do you do that? If you watch slowly at your left forearm, it's kind of rotating out this way. So to correct that, you want to feel like you're actually rolling it this way. It's going to feel like you're taking the club straight up in the air and that it's really shut, which is what you want. The second thing at the top here, see how your hands are kind of even with the middle of your foot? You want to get depth. Depth in the swing is moving your hands this direction. Depth equals power, so you really want your hands to be equal, kind of in the line with your heel. So on your takeaway, number one, you're rolling your wrist over, which is opening the face, which is why you hit slices. Number two, if you watch your hands here, they kind of stay out and away from your body. So the combination of feeling like you're rotating your forearms inversely and keeping the face pointed straight down, and pull your hands back like in the takeaway, feel like you're grazing your right pants pocket. What that's going to do is it's going to move your hands farther this way, so you'll get more depth with a closed face when you don't rotate your forearms, and that's going to put you in a lot better position at the top. The last thing I want to show you is not something I want you to work on. Really, all you need to be working on is this area right here, because if you clean that up, you're going to start hitting a lot more powerful and straight golf shots. But after we fix this, which should be pretty easy to fix, the hard thing to fix is at the top. So if you look at your ass line, a pro golfer is going to keep his ass on this line throughout the whole swing. An amateur golfer like you and I is going to do what's called early extension, and or also known as goat humping, which is where your hands are trapped behind your body, hips are in the way. So as you come down, the only way to make contact with the ball is to move closer to it and stand straight up and stall and flip. So you see how far you're coming off of this line? That's pretty significant. So we'll tackle that at a future time. Ideally, in your finish, your hip would be over here right on that line. But for now, I would say stop rotating the face wide open here and try to get your hands in more. Feel like as you're taking the club away, they graze your right pants pocket. It's going to probably feel like you're pulling the club up vertically, which is what you need to do a little bit more of.